I made a reference to this series a few weeks ago when we were doing the question and answer session, and now it is here, my final series that I will be doing on my channel. I mean, this is one of the last times I'm going to be doing the commentary, last time I'm going to be doing videos, some of the last times I'm going to tell the YouTuber to go fuck himself. And I thought, what a better way to walk away than with a little bit of reflection. Now, I decided I was going to do a recap, sort of all my favorite videos, if you will. When I thought of this idea, when I decided that I was going to leave, I was like, yeah, let me do like maybe my top 5 favorite videos. And then I was like, okay, that's not enough, maybe 10. And then as I started expanding and realizing and looking at all the videos that I've done over the years, I was like, man, I need to put a lot of videos in this motherfucker. So I finally settled on 25. Now, if you look back at the history of almost my entire channel, almost everything I have done has had some kind of number, some kind of countdown, count up, one way or the other. I've always done something with numbers. From fail volumes to the hipfire commentary series to the Mission Impossible videos that have been numbered, you name it, I have done a series on virtually everything and anything. So I figured what better way than to go out on my channel with a series showing you all of my favorite videos that I've done over the years. Now, when I do this countdown, I put together all the videos that I thought I was going to have in here. And the reality is, there was no way to quantify which video I liked better than this one, or this was number 1 and this is number 8 and number 8 is better than number 9. It's virtually impossible to do some shit like that. So essentially what I did was I picked 25 videos that I thought really highlighted what I've done over the years, and I sort of broken them out into 25 to 21 kind of thing. This is not in any particular order for the most part. It's not until I get to the last video with some of my favorite videos that I'll actually say, yeah, these are some of my best videos that I've done that I've appreciated over the years more than others. But essentially, I just kind of collected a pool of videos. Now, within each video, I've also added some other things in there. A couple of honorable mentions, videos that I don't feel belong in the countdown, but essentially that I did throw in there for various reasons, and you guys will see that. So ultimately, I'm going to talk about quite a bit of my history when it comes to all the videos that I've done on YouTube. So, to give you an idea of what we're doing, let's just kick it off right into the first video that we're going to talk about. Number 25, my Uncensored Road Rage video. Now, years ago, when Black Ops was the game in flavor, I obviously didn't play that game when I was doing Call of Duty games, and people wanted to see Call of Duty content. I didn't have it. So I had to come up with things that were outside the norm. And one of the games that came out was Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, and I loved playing this game. And yes, I do have my eye on Need for Speed Heat for those who are asking. But essentially, I came up with this idea that I wanted to do racing games, but I need to make them fun. And if you look at all the videos that I did for Need for Speed, I tried to do something a little special for each one. And the idea that I came up with for this video was Uncensored Road Rage, where I just absolutely went off. I mean, totally went off on a rant of anger, of showing how pissed off I was at this one particular player. And you guys, obviously, you're seeing the gameplay in the background, but I'm going to show a little clip of each one of the videos as we go through this countdown. One of the cool things that led from this video was the curse-free videos. Obviously, I did an Uncensored Road Rage video, so I needed to have a counterbalance to that. So what came right after the Uncensored Road Rage video was my first curse-free commentary video. Since then, I've obviously done multiple curse-free commentary videos. I've done them, almost for the past 10 years or so. So that gives you an idea of what started the curse-free series. But ultimately, this was the video that I chose simply because I wanted to get some Need for Speed content on there, and I thought it was one of the funniest videos that I did. So go ahead and take a quick peek at what I did, and then you guys could always see in the link in the description. All the videos will be there if you want to go back and relive all those. So finally, he makes a mistake here. He comes around the side and blah, I crash his ass. And because I'm such a fucking brilliant cop, I back into his car, all the way back, and blah, now you're busted, bitch. That's what you fucking get for driving like a bitch. That's what you get for being a fucking cunt in this goddamn game, cocksucker. Now you gotta sit there and watch me for the rest of this fucking game, bastard shit. That's what I'm fucking talking about. You wanna drive like a bitch, you gotta fuck like a bitch. God damn, man. That right there is the corner camper in Call of Duty. That right there is the motherfucker that uses Michael Vick in goddamn Madden games just to cheese you. Now he's gotta sit there and watch for the rest of this fucking game, man. Next spot on the countdown, number 24, I couldn't go out in the countdown without some form of Mass Effect 3. Mass Effect 3 was one of the best damn multiplayer co-op games that I played. And again, it came out in a year that there was a Treyarch Call of Duty game. So every time there was a Treyarch Call of Duty game, I had to find something to take my mind off of playing that shit. And Mass Effect 3 co-op was absolutely fantastic. It was amazing to play at the time. It was very fun how they were able to do the 6 different versions of a character, or the 6 classes, if you will, and then all the different species that inhabited the Mass Effect world. I loved playing it. The problem was, it wasn't fun to watch. It was long as hell. So I needed something to really make people appreciate the game and show something entertaining that was worth. So I came up with an idea, Surrounded by Assholes. Anyone who has watched the Spaceballs movies knows exactly what that movie was like. Now, over the course of my channel, I use movie clips tons of times. So you guys are going to see a couple times that I use this. I used it in Scarface. That's going to be later in the countdown. I used Bad Boys during a Need for Speed game. I used Gone in 60 Seconds. I tried using all kinds of movie clips to enhance some of my videos, but this was the one that I used for Mass Effect 3. So you guys get to see my Mass Effect 3 Spaceballs mashup in the video Surrounded by Assholes. You know, in all the games I've ever played on Mass Effect, this has to be the worst fucking team I have ever played with. Ever. You know how I really felt?
Who is he?
He's an asshole, sir.
I know that. What's his name?
That is his name, sir. Asshole. Major asshole.
And his cousin?
He's an asshole too, sir. Gunner's mate, first class, Philip Asshole.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
Yo!
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
This game lasted 40 fucking minutes. Double the time it normally takes us to run through any gold match. You know, and it's not like leaving would guarantee me the chance of finding better players. Usually, it means I'm gonna be searching for the same fucking crap players. It's a pain in the ass trying to find decent people in these lobbies.
Found anything yet? Nothing yet, sir. How about you? Not a thing, sir. What about you guys? We ain't found shit.
Next on my list, one of many rants you guys get to see, my Wii U rant. Now, back when the consoles were initially launching, we were getting the next console generation, I decided I was going to do a rant against all three companies, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. Now, Microsoft, as we know, they totally fucked up the launch of Xbox One. I mean, they jacked that shit up worse than anything that you could have imagined. However, one of the funny console rants that I decided to do was the Wii U rant. Now, anytime you're going to talk about Nintendo games or Nintendo consoles, their fanboys will protect that shit tooth and nail. They will not let you talk shit about Nintendo, God forbid. But I decided to do it anyway. And the funny thing was, everything that I said in that Wii U rant came true. Everything was accurate, everything was on point, and as much as people wanted to argue with me and say that wasn't the case, and Wii U is the greatest fucking thing that's ever going to happen, and Nintendo's the smartest company, everything I said about the Wii U turned out to be accurate. Along with my Sony rant, along with my Microsoft rant, which are all pretty accurate at the time, the Wii U one really nailed the culture of the time at Nintendo. Now, of course, Nintendo went on to improve things with the Switch, but man, did they make a mistake with that fucking console. This video went over all of those details, and even to this day, you guys can watch it and see just how accurate that motherfucker was. As nice as their stream was, as decent as their lineup of Nintendo properties are, as cute as the 30-year-old Donkey Kong is, Nintendo is fucked. Oh, and they're not just fucked. I mean, they're fucked more than Jevin Jameson has ever been fucked. They're fucked more than a pedophile in the prison shower system is fucked. Nintendo is royally screwed over, and they have nobody to blame but themselves. And listen, I like Nintendo. I played on 3 consoles in my early childhood, and I have fond memories of Tecmo Super Bowl, Mario 3, Donkey Kong Country, and defending Nintendo consoles against the Sega consoles. Doesn't change the fact that right now they are fucked. Here's the deal. Nintendo fucked over Microsoft and Sony in the last console generation with the Wii. They completely pissed in their Wheaties years ago with a simple and innovative machine that made Microsoft and Sony shit themselves. Nintendo basically said, fuck the hardcore gaming crowd, we're going after the casual gamer, and we're going after the non-gamer to sell our product. You two giant assholes can fight each other out to the death. Meanwhile, we'll roll out happy little games and turn profits, and that's exactly what they did. Microsoft released 360 a full year ahead of the Wii. PlayStation 3 released around the same time, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe they actually released in the same week or some shit like that. And anyway, Nintendo brilliantly undercut the cost of the Wii to make the prices more appealing. Why spend $400, $500, $600 on a console when you can spend $250? Ah, the Resistance series, one of the most underrated games that I absolutely loved playing, but then Resistance 3 came out and fucked it all up. Now, back before my channel started, obviously I was playing all types of video games, and one of the games that I was playing before I started doing videos and commentaries on Modern Warfare 2 was the Resistance series. Resistance came out, I believe, the year that World of War was out as the active Call of Duty, and again, another Treyarch game, so I couldn't stand that piece of shit. So I played the shit out of the Resistance series. This game was ahead of its time with the 3 classes that you had, the Soldier, Spec Ops, the Medic. It was a very simple game. It wasn't very nuanced, it wasn't very difficult, but the fact of how they did it back then, dedicated servers, no lag, 60-player games, oh man, that was an amazing achievement from Sony back in the day. Since the game came out way before I started doing videos on my channel, I decided to go back one time and do 3 videos showing how I use the 3 particular classes, the Medic, the Spec Ops, and the Soldier. Part of how I played the game was I always wanted to be at the top of the leaderboards at virtually every part of the game. I wanted to be at the leaderboards in all 3 characters and whatnot, so I busted my ass playing this game, and I knew the ins and outs of this game from top to bottom. So I decided to do this video, and considering the amount of time that I put into the game, and I did it all before my channel started, that's why I decided to do those 3 videos. And I know I'm cheating, I'm doing like a series as opposed to just one video. But they really were 3 consecutive games and 3 consecutive gameplays that I had. But essentially, because that game was so fantastic to play, I spent so many countless hours, I decided just to post something of that game on my channel as sort of a memory sake back when I decided to post those videos. So you guys can go watch all 3 of these videos in the Resistance series, see exactly how I played like an asshole, stole everybody's kills, and still always managed to finish first on the leaderboards in every game. When you play this game as long as I have, standing there isn't fucking entertaining. The missions are simple enough to beat, but it becomes more of a personal challenge to yourself. How many kills can I get? How can I do a mission quicker? Can I do it faster? Can I stand in a better spot to get an advantage? Turning co-op into sort of a mini competitive mode is one of the few ways of keeping this game fun and challenging. Otherwise, just mindlessly killing enemies is boring as fuck. For that, I can go play the campaign and get all the kills that I fucking want. So, now that I finished fucking ranting, I'll get back into the action about this shit. This room right here is by far and away the best room for kills. I fuck it up though. I completely fucked up that goddamn rocket launch. Had I shot it into the middle of those motherfuckers, I would have cleared this game out. And Hatred was actually making fun of me. He's like, yeah, you missed that shit, motherfucker. But realistically, had I nailed those fucking guys, I would have easily cleared out the room. I think I got most of them in any event, but whatever the fuck. In the intro of this video, I alluded to this a little bit earlier, but I wanted to talk about a video that in particular isn't going to get a number on any of the countdown. And all 5 of the videos that I'm doing in this countdown series are going to have one video like this. A honorable mention that shouldn't be on the countdown, but deserves to at least get some kind of recognition. And for this video, we're going to talk about my 1000th video. The video that took me fucking forever to put together. I mean, the fact that it was 2.5 hours shows to show you exactly how fucking long that video took. But I couldn't put this video in the countdown for one very simple reason. My 1000th video was sort of a recollection of all 999 videos before that. Essentially, most of those videos are going to be on this particular countdown. I'm going to show all the top videos that I did over the years, and all of that was sort of summarized in my 1000th video at the time. It sort of seems like a JLoco Inception kind of thing. I put my countdown video, my 1000th video, and a countdown video, my favorite videos, which already had my favorite videos. No, I didn't decide to do that. So I decided to put it as an honorable mention, and there are going to be 4 other videos that I'm going to be doing inside each one of these 5 videos. So even so, I'm still doing this JLoco Inception kind of thing. But to give you an idea, back when I took my break and I was purchasing my house and I was staying with family, I didn't have an opportunity to do my my commentaries at the time. I knew that my 1000th video was going to be coming up at some point, and I wanted to do something special. And the thing that I thought was maybe a recap of all of my videos. When I decided to finally get to work on doing this project, it meant rewatching all 999 of my fucking videos. And it took me forever, man. Forever. To get through that whole fucking thing. Oh my god, the amount of work that I did into that video that took 2.5 hours was something, thankfully, I said I would never do again. I'm not going to get to my 2000 video, so clearly I'm never going to be able to do that one. But as soon as I did that, I was like, yeah, no, this was a project that I made a mistake of doing. Never going to do it again. But the amount of work that I did into that video was shown. If you guys have 2 hours to sit down and watch that video, it pretty much recaps almost everything they're going to be doing in this countdown, but it goes even further. It shows all the clips, all the funny things that I did, my commentary style, my jokes, my videos, how I don't take myself seriously. If you want to see a culmination of everything that I have done on YouTube, that is one of the best videos to watch. It's not worth putting in this countdown, but it certainly is worth an honorable mention. I hope you guys go watch that video because that was the one that took me by far and away, the most amount of work to put together. 42.26%. This is some weird shit. What the fuck are you doing? What the hell? He just put What the fuck is this? He just grapple hooked some chick to the fucking trunk of the car. Oh, now the police are after you. Oh my god. Oh man, I'm going to hell for that one. Oh shit. You know what? I'm already going to hell. I know that. So I'm just trying to get there, you know, without waiting in line. Fuck it. Like I said, man, I'm going to hell and I hate waiting in line. So I'm trying to skip purgatory. I'm trying to get all my fucked up shit out now. So as soon as I die, fuck it. Straight to the gates of hell. I don't have to wait up in this motherfucker. Anyway, all right, he made it. So. Oh man, that was some stupid shit right there. So to round out the first video that I'm doing on my countdown, with number 21, we're going to go with the Phantom Rant. Now, I enjoyed playing the shit out of Metal Gear, the series, throughout all the years, even through all of its fucking craziness. Nobody understands what the fuck is going on with that goddamn game. But in any event, when they decided to do another Metal Gear game, throw it back all the way in the 70s in Afghanistan or whatever the fuck it is, oh man, they just totally butchered up this whole story. But they decided they were going to do one last thing. Now, Konami and Kojima, the person who created the series, were obviously at each other's throats for years. And one of the things that Kojima wanted to do was to go out with style in his final game. So he came up with this idea that he was going to make it look like a movie, a production, if you will. Every chapter was going to have a credit roll, if you will. And in every single part of this, it was always produced by Kojima or written by Kojima. And it was like, what the fuck? Why are you doing this? I mean, it was literally just to piss Konami off that this was his product. That every time someone plays the game, they know who was the person that created it and who actually originated all the ideas for the series. Now, I know it was a nice big fuck you to Konami, but my god, was it fucking annoying. So I decided to mimic that. Since I didn't really do a Metal Gear video on my channel, I decided the one and only video that I was going to do, let's go out in style. Let's show you exactly what it looks like to annoy the living fuck out of people with credit rolls. So I decided to do this video, and naturally, I took that shit to the extreme. So I decided to do credit rolls every fucking 5 minutes in the video. So this was one of the videos. It was just straight up tongue-in-cheek, poking fun at exactly what this dude was doing to Konami, and I decided that I was going to mimic that idea, so you guys get to watch that. Now, before we head out and you guys watch this video, we'll do my usual. As always, rate, comment, subscribe, and all that good shit. Like I said, guys, we're going to continue to do the countdown. There are going to be 4 more videos, a whole bunch more clips that you guys are going to see from all my history throughout YouTube, so you guys will want to watch those. But for now, stay tuned for this clip from Metal Gear. Every fucking game has to have a twist one way or another that changes everything from prior games, and it sort of makes it kind of irrelevant if you get the point. You know what I'm talking about. Whether the boss was bad, the boss was good, the boss was out for her own agenda, the boss really didn't have an agenda, Big Boss was good, Big Boss was bad, Ocelot was good, Ocelot was bad, oh god, all the twists and turns in this motherfucker. I mean, think about this for a second. How many times has a character been killed in a Metal Gear game only to show up in some later form? It's like these people don't check for fucking vital signs or a pulse or some shit like that. Look, man, if somebody's fucking dead, make sure the motherfucker is dead. But in Metal Gear games, oh no, he looks dead. I'm not going to check the body or anything like that. Meanwhile, he'll come back in the sequel or some shit like that, man. But anyway, that being said, all of that, I'm not going to do a full review of this game. I'm not going to get into whether or not I like it, what the problems are in full scale. The one thing I do want to talk about, though, is my one massive pet peeve. And now that my prologue is out of the way, credit roll, please. Holy fucking shit, how annoying is that crap? If you play this game and you play the entirety of it, you know exactly what I'm going to talk about in this ridiculous credits after each fucking chapter. Have you ever seen something like this? I mean, now don't get me wrong. These credits take nothing away from the game. Nothing. If someone were to give this game a 9.5, and they were to say that that 0.5 is the credit rolls, I would smack the living shit out of them. You can skip them, you never have to see them, you don't have to worry about them. They take all of half a second to bypass. So this isn't some strange and unusual shit that you can't get rid of. And you can almost understand why Kojima would do something like this in the first place, considering the big fuck you Konami gave him. I get that. But after every chapter?